Hi, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance is a combination of different types of inheritance. Here, we would like to write a program that demonstrates hybrid inheritance using a person, employee, manager, and engineer class structure. Here is my base class called person. It has one function that is called show. Whenever this show function is called, we are going to have this message: I am a person. Then we are having another class called employee that is going to inherit from the person class. And this has one function as well: show employee. Whenever this function is called, I am an employee message is shown in the output. Then we are having another class called manager, and this manager class inherits from the employee class and not from the person class. Okay. So whenever it has one function called show manager, whenever this show manager function is called, I am a manager is printed in the output. Finally, we are having another class called engineer that also inherits from the employee class. So we are having four classes. The first one is the base class, then employee inherits from the person, manager inherits from employee, and engineer inherits from employee as well. In the engineer class, we are having a function called show engineer, and I'm an engineer message is shown whenever it is called. Then we would like to start creating our objects. I am creating an object from the manager class, from this class, and then an object from the engineer class. Okay, so one object from the manager class and one object from the engineer class. Then I use this manager object M to access show employee, and show managers function. So the manager object is trying to access the show function, show employee, and show manager functions. How? Because we are creating an object of the manager class. So the object of this class, of course, has access to this function because this function is defined inside the manager class. Then because manager class inherits from employee and employee inherits from person, the object of the manager can have access to show employee and also the show functions. So we are going to have I am a person, I am an employee, and I'm a manager messages shown in the output using the object of the manager class. Then using the object of the engineer class, we are going to access the show engineer function, show employee function, and show. Why? Because we are creating an object from the engineer class. So of course we can have access to the show engineer function because it's a function defined inside this class. Then it can access the show employee because engineer inherits from employee, so it can have access to show employee function. And also it can have access to show function because employee also inherits from person class. Therefore, the object of the engineer class can access to this function, and this function. So whenever these three functions are called, we are having these messages: I'm a person, I'm an employee, and I'm an engineer in the output. When we run the code, exactly we see what we expected. I'm a person, I'm an employee, I'm a manager using the manager object, manager class object. Then using the engineer object, we are having these three messages: I'm a person, I'm an employee, and I'm an engineer. So we see that we could have a hybrid inheritance, and using the objects, we could have access to different functions. Thank you for watching.